All right, guys, so I got a special guest on the show today, and it is Kevin from CyberWorld 7, okay? So I started getting interested in Kevin's channel just about a month or two ago, and what I'm going to do, guys, I'm not going to get too extensive into his background. I'm going to have a video link in the comments section that Investing Hustler made that can kind of give you some of Kevin's background, but a couple things about Kevin. First off, this guy puts out more content, more quality content than anybody I know on YouTube. He is constantly, between his course and his channel, this dude is constantly uploading something. Always good content. And the second thing, guys, is his course. I'm a subscriber to his course. He has spotted some good trades that I have made in my own personal time. So only got real good things to say about Kevin. And he is a guest on today's show. So let's go get started.
I didn't turn on the recorder. I'm like, fuck.
Hell yeah. All right, so when I first jumped into your course, one of the first stocks that you posted in the course, Kevin, was Kushko. So I gave it some little bit of my, I put it through my research a little bit and checked it out. And I gotta say, I was a little speculative of it, but it was at the right price because I actually had an opportunity to buy in cheaper than you did. Because you, I'm not going to mention the price you got it at, but it came up a little bit cheaper on my end. So I jumped in. I got a really quick 10% out of Kushko. So now what kind of got you pulled into that? I didn't do a lot of research. I just kind of trusted you on that one.
They're trying to create a company before the U.S. becomes very legal so they can compete with bigger players. So I bought a little bit just to watch it because I like the company, I like the management, I like the business model because it's like every product needs packaging, right? Like every single cannabis products needs packaging, and that's their business. So they'll always have a business from packaging, and maybe it's not as high revenue, but now since they acquired the company, they've been acquiring vaporizer companies and different companies, and then they have an establishment in China. I made a video on it, but I got lazy and haven't worked on it for a while. But I made an animated video on it that I will eventually get back to. I've just been lazy, but it just seems to me that management is kind of confident. I bought it to watch it, and then I was planning to add more, buy more lower, but I never did because I got distracted with other companies. I realized there's a lot when I did Kushko, my research on the US was very limited. But ever since that, I've been researching a lot of U.S. cannabis companies, and I've seen a lot of better companies than Kushko. So, I still will buy Kushko if I see a really good price on it. So I'm always gonna cap it, and I'm always gonna buy a little bit if I see the right price for it. But my eye is on other companies right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, you are far from lazy, dude. You're constantly uploading and putting out content. So, Kushko.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kushko, it was just a nice little trade. I mean, I scooped in there a little cheaper than you did. I held it right there when the market first got hit in October, and as we started trending back up a little bit there at the start of November, I made a real quick 14-15%. I was happy with my trade. I didn't get greedy and let's wait and wait. I just took I think I got about 14% off of it, sold it, and went back into another trade. So what would be something? What would be a couple things, maybe a couple stocks we could be watching this week? Not necessarily buying them, but just keeping them on our radar. What would you suggest? Yep, that's the U.S. holding. Okay, cool. All right, very nice. I got it pulled up here, Kevin.
But Acreage Holdings do not have a U.S. listing. At least I don't think so.
So on a 1-year chart, it does look pretty scrumptious at these prices. Madmen does, really, because it's shot up. And, you sent me a message the other night, Kevin, asking me if I was invested in New Age Beverage. I wanted to get back to you about that. Yes, so all the free stocks I get with my links, I give them away on the channel. I invest them into stocks, but I also, with loose money, $5, $10, $15, $20, I start buying up shares of New Age Beverage every time, and it's dipped. I think it's going to come back pretty strong, on some good, some big news. So I've got the 1-year chart pulled up on Mad Men, and it is in a pretty big dip right now. Honestly, it's probably a good place to be buying it.
Yeah, that's why I was planning to buy it on Friday, but it got halted, and I was like, what the hell?
I'm going to go ahead and put it on my watch list for the week because, yeah, if we start seeing any kind of bullish activity, this could reverse pretty rapidly, I mean, it was $2 and $3 not long ago, so.
Sorry, Alcana?
Yes. Let's check out
Alcana. Alcana is a very established company. It makes absolutely no sense to the market cap. Basically the asset of the company is worth more than the entire company is worth. Alcana is worth $302 million, and I think they have assets of $350 million. But oh, wow. I'm pretty sure that most of that is goodwill. Let me look at that said, or I'll go find the financials real quick here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pulling up the chart on Alcana right now. Yeah, it is getting beat up really, really hard right now. Oh my goodness. It is definitely should be seeing some resistance here at these levels, Yeah,
I don't really understand why it's acting this way. It's kind of weird in my opinion. So okay, they have $145 million of goodwill. So, and then they have $37 million of intangible assets. Besides that, so that's about $200 million, let's see, hold on. So they have a shareholder equity of $310 million. You know what shareholder equity is, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and and then if you minus about 145. So they have about 100. If you take away the goodwill and the intangible assets, they have about $125 million shareholder equity. The company's worth $300 million. So I mean, I guess in a sense it could still drop more because of their goodwill. The goodwill can be fluff. It depends on the goodwill though, but goodwill could be fluff to the company. But, I mean, the market cap's only $302 million. I think it's fairly cheap still. I mean, it could drop further. And I don't really understand the company, too. It's Aurora made an investment at $15 per share. And the company's stock price was sitting at, over $12 when they did it. And now, all of a sudden, even after opening up some Nova stores or opening up some cannabis dispensaries, plus the alcohol business, the stock is still dropping. What? And they pay a dividend?
Yeah. Well,
I don't get it.
Let me ask you this right here too, Kevin. So the people that watch my channel can kind of understand a little bit. Now explain your trading strategy. Now I know you trade a lot. You're very active. Okay, you're buying and selling. I would almost kind of group you as a day trader more than anything. But I also know now you've had a lot of success investing with AMD and Aurora as well. So I just kind of break down your trading strategy just a little bit.
And I probably was holding AMD for a long time, probably for almost 4 years. I mean, I had a point where I doubled my money, but I kept holding on, and it declined on me, and then suddenly, the whole artificial intelligence, NVIDIA skyrocketing, AMD coming out with their new products that they've been working on for so long, the stock skyrocketed. It went all the way to $10, $11, $12, $13. I sold off a little bit. Anyways, I took most of that money. I invested into Aurora Cannabis around $2.30. I was looking at the company. I was like, this company's evaluation is under $1 billion. And they're building a facility that can generate them $1 billion a year. So I was thinking that long-term Aurora is undervalued. But to my surprise, Aurora skyrocketed all the way up to $14.
Yep.
Making me a multimillionaire.
I'll also add this too, though, that you have had a lot of success with the, with between AMD and Aurora, and that's what I'm doing. I'm actually going to link up Investing Hustler's video he made. That kind of give everybody kind of the background on your story, because it is a lot. That's how I got interested in your channel, was seeing his video about you. And sometimes I feel like the bigger a channel gets, maybe the more watered down their content gets. And it's really the small creators doing the real good stuff here on YouTube,
Interesting. I didn't know that you found my channel and you you remember the videos you saw? You clicked on it and then you're like, oh, this is cartoony. How's this have anything to do with investing?
Right. Yeah. Like the logo, your CyberWorld 7, that logo. I have seen that, previously. And just like the title of the video, I would read it and say, okay, and I would get a few minutes into it, and I would I was like, okay, I'm not getting absorbed into stock market stuff. So I mean, I'm just telling you the truth. I didn't. I know
that's fine. I was just curious. I thought the animation was to be more friendly to everyone else. Everybody likes a little bit of animation, movement, the Monkway did very well with his animation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I've got a lot of YouTube wrong, and I'm learning as I go, but I used to have this conceptual thought pattern, well, the bigger a channel is, for example, Jeremy or Ricky Gutierrez, the bigger their channel gets, the more quality it is. That's, and I find that almost to be untrue now, is that, the bigger the channel gets, just the more it is about shoving courses down your throat and advertising. Jeremy still has a good show, though. I still watch Jeremy. But, I think the best channels here on YouTube are kind of the smaller guys that are still, working their way up. The best content, if you want to learn the most about the stock market, it really comes,
I honestly believe that YouTube really pushed Jeremy's channel onto YouTube. YouTube really promoted Jeremy's channel. That's what I believe, anyways. Because back in the day when I met Jeremy channels, there was really no big player talking about stocks.
It was more like financial advice, wasn't it, when it started?
If I didn't get paid, I would probably not make YouTube videos. I'm not even joking. I'd be like, why am I wasting my time doing all this research, putting out videos, if I'm not getting paid?
Yeah. The rewards are not very good in the beginning, It's kind of like the first time you try to start. Have you noticed this too? A lot of people are coming to life right now, but a lot of channels, a lot of stock market YouTube channels, they have stopped uploading since the markets have declined. I find that interesting, that they kind of abandoned their channel a little bit.
That's funny.
Because really,
it just shows who's the true people, who's really out there to want to actually make YouTube videos, and people who just like to talk about stuff that's in the positive. Maybe, I have no idea.
They don't want to get any negative pushback from their audience. They don't want, oh, wait, yeah, I bought this stock back here, and you try to explain. I run in the same thing you do. I'm trying to tell people, no, average your position down. And then I meet people who go 100% in on one stock, and I'm like, why did you do that? I know people that went 100% in on one high risk tech stock, and I'm just like, oh no, what have you done? Yeah, I'm going to be putting out 2 videos this week that have a lot to do with some of the higher end tech companies, but I'm going to wait till I'm going to go ahead and upload this, and I'll work on that tonight. I've got CHOOF pulled up right now. I've got the 6-month chart pulled up on CHOOF, and so this is already on my watch list from our podcast from the other day. And now CHOOF is really falling off a cliff right now. What do you... And I also watched what you were saying about Aurora. Aurora investing into CHOOF. But it has reacted very negatively since, which is interesting,
Yeah, I I don't understand it. Like, to me, it makes no logical sense. The only logic I can put on the reason why CHOOF is declining so much is because, investors like see that Aurora is basically buying out CHOOF, and they're not, they're just no longer excited about the company, and they're just kind of like pulling their money out. I don't know. Like, can you explain to me why CHOOF's going down? That's just my That's just like me speculating, right? Like, why is investors selling out of CHOOF after Aurora makes a big investment?
I think what it is that, like Andrew left, you do have to pay attention to the negative stuff when the short sellers come out. Like, for example, Andrew left comes out and says he's going to keep TLRY short through earnings. And I thought, wow, that's ballsy. But then, TLRY, all they did was come in line. They just came in line. And then their guidance wasn't really all that good either. But since then, TLRY's up $10. I can't explain that to sit here and go, maybe investors are dumping money into stuff like TLRY and CGC. They're pulling their holdings out of, the smaller stocks. Because I can't justify TLRY going up $10 last week on a bland, nothing earnings report. I can't justify it. Are attracted
retail billionaires, not institutional investors. I believe these are retail billionaires. So basically, because the person who owns TLRY, right? He's a billionaire himself, right? Because he founded Tesla, he founded Uber, he founded like big companies. He was the starting investors in all those companies. Like, I could bring up a list of big companies that he started up. PayPal was one of the companies he started up.
It sounds like he's just following Elon. It sounds like he's just following Elon Musk around and investing in everything he does.
Right? And now he owns 76% of TLRY.
Whoa!
And his shares are locked up, of course. Who are your friends if you're a billionaire? Are they gonna be broke ass people like bums? Are they gonna be other billionaires?
You're cracking me up, dude.
But honestly, because I have the option of quitting my job and not have to worry about my money unless I lose it all in the stock market. Then I have to go back and get a job.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of us. But
I could sell some of that for more cash, but it's hard though. It's really hard to hold on to cash. When you're like an investor, you're like always looking for companies, and you're like, oh, I want to buy this, I want to buy that.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to hold on to your cash sometimes. And then he's like, you want securities versus cash. That's my mentality. It's hard. I'm trying to hold on to more cash than into stocks, but it's so hard to do.
I know.
Hard to do. Because every day is like the market's open, and you're like, I want to buy this, I want to buy that,
I have the same thing. Well, Kevin, look, I appreciate you coming on the show. Let's do this again real soon. And like I said, I've got my watch list built, for the week for some of these more speculative positions. So I'll be watching CHOOF and Elcana. And like I said, I appreciate you coming on, man. Let's do this again real soon.
All right. Thank you for having me. See you guys later. And don't forget to subscribe to both our channels. Oh, wait. No, you'll be watching on your channel. Never mind. I don't know.
Go subscribe to his channel.
Bye.
All right. Thanks, man.